All right, we're back. Budget Broncos garage. And what we're hoping to do today is take off the carbs, get them free from the cables and the air filters. Get them out. I'm going to take them back over to my house, work in the basement, because a raccoon is taking up shelter in our garage. And I have a rebuild kit. I'll get all the new brass and all the new gaskets on there and make it a little bit easier. It was a little tough to use the throttle, so I'm thinking the slides are kind of sticky with old gas. I have a new battery that came. What else do I have for here? The carb rebuild kit, and then we're gonna see if there's spark. Maybe tomorrow when I come back with the kits with the carbs all clean, check if there's spark, hook up the battery, and try to fire it up. This is the raccoon.
Oh, so the garage door was closed, so it was already in there.
So we set up a camera because we heard, well, there was a garbage bag tore up. It's it just came out of like they hide. And now during the day, it's hidden. He doesn't want to leave. There's usually like a hole in the metal.
Yeah, like a slot?
Yeah.
You'd think.
It's not there.
I don't see one. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, there is. Do it.
So all you have to do is loosen it a little bit. All right, live and learn. All right, let's wiggle it. Just a little bit. I'm sure, I think this is it. Let's get that to me before. I think the back is all off. Try to wiggle it and move it backwards a little bit. Ready? Go. All right. We got the carb out. It's a tight squeeze when these are not flexible at all. That's what I wanted to get done today. Just get this out and take them apart and get the rebuild kit in there. I know there's a raccoon in here. Get out! We gotta fix some things. Get you down. Look at this beautiful. You'll see this one later, but it is beautiful. Oh. A murder scene. That mini bike was red, but it originally came chromed. Someone painted over the chrome. That's insane. It is beautiful chrome too. I've never seen that, so that's gonna be a little project we're gonna be doing in between some things. Just so the divorce is final. Kidding. As of right now, I'm kidding, but you know how it is. Each one of these corresponds to one of these. So it'll have the gaskets and the brass in it, and I'll show you what that looks like, and we'll go as we go through and get it cleaned up and ready to go. Black liquid. Not sure if that's ever a good sign, but float's stuck. Okay. So there's good and bad news since I last did a video, and the bad news is I didn't get to do as many of the carbs as I could. The good news is we got the raccoon out of the garage, which is a big deal because it's part of my workspace up there too, and I didn't want to go in there. We had tried some humane traps, but it just stuck its little hands in there and ate it and was too smart for that. So trapped it with a fishing net, drug it into a recycle bin. You ready? Over my shoulder. Are you ready?
What a shot, though.
Watch out, Ryan. It's gonna try to run out.
Hey, Andy.
What?
Get the angles.
I can't get it.
Shut the door to the house. Shut the door to the house.
I can't.
He's got it. He's got it. Get him.
I don't have it.
Oh no.
Is it in? Back it up, back it up. I think we got him. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Get it out.
Got him.
Wait, is it in the movie?
Come down. He's coming down.
And then released it across the street and have kept my garage shut for 3 or 4 days now. So I don't think it's going to come back. Hopefully it doesn't come back. But as for the carburetors, I know things can look overwhelming because it looks like a giant thing and there's going to be tons of parts. But the key to this is just to treat them as 4 individual carburetors, because that's exactly what they are. They're the exact same thing, stuck back to back to back to back. And so I don't have a lot of parts all hanging out at the same time and stuff that's going on. I'm just going to replace one at a time, clean up the bowl, get the floats working and drying them off and just making sure that they're good to go and clean in each one and just go down the line. So I've got to put together my first one that I've learned a lot from, and I'll see you after they're all done, because it's going to be a pretty big job, but it's manageable if you tackle it one carburetor at a time. Okay, on the last one, well, this one is the first one I did. It kind of screwed it up because I thought there was more in there that there wasn't. I thought I knew more than I did, and I almost screwed it up. May have screwed it up, but I got to dig a little deeper into that one. But these other ones, I'll show you kind of what it looks like after sitting for, I don't know how many years it's been. Okay, kind of nasty. The gasket's been completely flattened and just kind of solidified gunk, just sitting here. And then, as you can see in the carb, you got all this is supposed to be brass. It's nasty, gunked up. This is the float's not even moving right now. So that tells me a tremendous amount about this carburetor. I'm gonna clean it up, spray it down. This screw holds on the float housing. Float's in there. I gotta figure out why this float's not moving. Take this brass piece out, unscrew the other jet here. This will screw up. Clean it all up, spray some gunk in there, make sure things are working. So take a look at it now, and then I'll show you after I put the new pieces in. All I did was spray a little carb cleaner in this area and worked it a little bit. You can see that the floats still work. I mean, are working now a little better, but this pin here holds on the floats so I can get to all this stuff to change. You have to be careful. I never thought about this, but I hit it so hard trying to they just rest in there, trying to get it one way or the other, that I've actually broke this post and actually rendering the whole carburetor useless. So I like to take my time with these pins, even though you think you can just pop them out. Some you can, but some get stuck real good. And so it's usually light taps. Kind of see which way it wants to go. Because I think there's a preferred way that they want to go. And after sitting for a while, they don't want to go either way. So you just take your time. Lock her down. There we go. That one was nice because the third one was hard. I thought I was going to break it, so I'm putting each piece into its own little bowl so I know when I'm done reassembling it that I've gotten all the pieces. The needle. Comes out nice, but it's still a mess in there. Tool from my wife's grandfather. They used to make super cool tools back then. O-ring, this piece. This was a relatively good looking one, the O-ring and everything. So this brass is all. Take out the jet here. I like to see if we get a little spray from up here. There's a little pop. And then one down the back. All right. This one's giving me, that's where the float sits. The new ones have new O-rings that haven't disintegrated, just a much tighter fit. So clean this and then get ready to put the stuff in. Okay, this gasket, I've already gone around it, but what I do is I take a X-Acto knife and get it in the groove and go away from me and kind of just unseat it, because this thing has become part of the housing after that long. And then if you go around long enough, you can get a majority of it out, but then you still got to go clean it up because it is stuck. The carb kit for about for all 4 carbs was only about 40 bucks, 44, 45 bucks. So, and it comes with new gaskets, new brass for all the parts that probably are screwed up, and then on the inside and on the outside. I'm only doing the inside now, and I'll do the outside on a case-by-case basis. So you got that ready for a new gasket. It's looking good. Still got to put the brass in. This is as big as the carb kit is. And it comes with the gasket I was just showing you. The gasket for the top of the slide. That's an important one. O-rings for the outside brass, and the ones that you need already have the O-rings on it. The emulsifier, the one that I showed you that you could barely see what it was, and you couldn't even see an O-ring. There's an O-ring there, already on it. That goes right here. Gently seat it. You can feel it. Jet. Pilot jet. Goes in here. And you have the needle if you want to just get the new slide needle, and then you have the gas needle and housing. And this goes right in here. And that gets pushed in as far as it can go. And then you have your needle right in there. So I'm going to get this seated, clean off the pin that goes through there, clean up the floats, and then get ready to put it back together. That's it. So yesterday I replaced all the brass on the inside of the carbs, each 4 of them. Kept them all straight, got them back together. But the slides were still stuck. And, I just sprayed some carb cleaner and degreaser, not degreaser, but penetrating oil in there and just let it sit overnight. Did absolutely nothing. But one thing I came across was people were saying to use a heat gun. I hope this helps somebody else. I hit the slides and the barrels a little bit with the heat gun. Got them all heated up. And works like a charm. Now everything's freed up. Real nice and smooth. Nice action. Not a lot of... And it was just the heat gun. I think it melts the varnish. I guess when the gas turns to varnish and dries, it melts that. And then you could get in there with some carb cleaner and spray it down and just make sure that they're free, which is a huge help. Now I think we're going to be able to get it on the bike and run some gas and see if it starts. We'll see.